Welcome to the Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. This is a sports time machine bringing you coverage of the second game of the series between the Oakland Athletics and the Seattle Mariners. Starting lineups for today's ball game for the visiting Oakland Athletics will be Ricky Henderson leading off in left, Wayne Murphy in center, Mike Heath is behind the plate, Jeff Newman is at first, Tony Armas is in right. Mickey Klutz is at third, Mario Guerrero at short, Mike Edwards gets to start at DH, and Rob Piccolo is at second. For the Seattle Mariners, Julio Cruz leads off, followed by Rod Craig. Dan Meyer will bat third, Bruce Bochy will bat fourth, Willie Horton will bat fifth, Bill Stein will bat sixth, Joe Simpson bat seventh, Larry Cox will bat eighth, and batting ninth will be Mario Mendoza. On the mound today will be Rick Honeycutt for your Seattle Mariners, and for the Oakland Athletics will be Brian Kingman. So far in this replay, the Oakland Athletics are 8-4, and this is the second game of a three-game series with the Mariners here at the Kingdom. Ballpark effects here at the Kingdom: singles are a 1 to a lefty, 1 to 6 to a righty. Home runs to a lefty is a 1. Home runs to a righty is a 1 to 10. So let's get baseball started here in Seattle in the Northwest. Ricky Henderson leads off. He's been on a hot streak for the A's lately. Here's the first pitch of the ball game, and Henderson leads off with a shot to left field. That is deep, that is far, and Ricky Henderson. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. 1 to 4 does that, not a 1 to 5. That's a shot down the line. It'll hug the line and bounce back, and Henderson will have a leadoff double. So Henderson leads off with a double. And the A's start off strong. Remember, they won the last one 8-7 in an absolute clinic of a game. Talking about a crazy game. So now Henderson's on at second and nobody out. Here's Dwayne Murphy. Here's the pitch from Honeycutt. 2-9 to a lefty, and that is going to be a single to left field. So first and third. Let's see if they score. Ricky from second. The left fielder for the Mariners will be, is that going to be Dan Meyer? I believe it is Dan Meyer. And he is a 4 in left. And he's a +2, so Henderson will score without a throw. So Henderson scores without even a throw. Murphy an RBI single, and the Oakland A's lead it 1-0. So Murphy on at first. So Honeycutt's a -2 to hold, a -4. The catcher is Larry Cox. He's a 0, so Murphy would turn to 1 to 11, so he'll be held, but he won't be going anywhere. Runner on first and nobody out. Oakland up 1-0 early. Here's Mike Heath. 5-11 to a righty, and that's a fly ball left field. That could be trouble. No, it's an 18. So the 4 is not going to come back and hurt him. 18 on a 4 is going to be a F2. So an F2. So let's see how bad the F4 is on the error. He's an E12, though. Let's see if the E12 comes back and hurts him. And no, it's not. It's going to be a 10. So a 12 on a 10 should pass in flying colors. It does. He makes the catch. So good catch by Dan Meyer. So he makes the catch, and there's one away. Here is the first baseman, Jeff Newman. Newman gets the start today. He's at first base. Oakland leads 1-0 with one out here. Just getting started here at the Kingdom in Seattle, Washington. Here's the pitch. 6-9 to a righty, and Newman has himself a base hit. That will go down to the line. Newman will stop at first. Murphy will stop at third. And the A's continue the inning. First and third and one out. So Newman continues his hot hitting. Wow. Honeycutt's card has a lot of stuff on there. I didn't look that bad. But now here's Tony Armas. Infield will play back. They'll try for 2. And that's a foul ball. Ooh, as I drop everything. Hold on, folks. Let's see what I dropped first of all. Oh, looks like we dropped the blue die. And we are using Seattle Mariner blue here at the ballpark. So let's see if there's another blue die that wants to pinch hit. We do have another blue die. So he will go in and pinch hit. That's always good to have a backup blue ready to go. So now Armis will bat. That was a foul ball, first of all, since everything went to splat. Here's a pitch from Armis. 3-6, and that is a fly ball in the center field. That's a +2 to Craig, and that's a -1, so it's going to be a +1 to run on Murphy. Murphy gets the tag, and he's going to run. It's going to be a 1-18 coming home. Here's a throw at the plate, and not in time. The Oakland A's take a 2-0 lead. That is a sac fly for Armis, 2 outs, and the A's take a 2-zip lead. Here is Mickey Klutz. This is only his second start of the year with the lefty on the mound. The A's are taking advantage of the left-hander with this 2-0 lead. Here's the pitch. 3-7 for Klutz, and he pops it up. That's a shortstop. Valley Mendoza makes the catch, and the A's are done. But the A's get 2 early. Bottom of the first coming up. Oakland 2 and Seattle coming up the bat. So on the mound for the Oakland A's will be Brian Kingman. Brian Kingman on the air. Let's take a look at Brian's stats. We'll tell you kind of what he's doing this year. Not really giving many batting numbers today, but pitching numbers I thought he can do. He's been in 2 starts. He has been in 13 innings of work. He's given up 1 home run. He's 1-1. ERA of 4.85. So he got roughed up, I believe, in his last start. So it'll just really depends on what kind of quality pitches he has. And now here's the second baseman, Julio Cruz. So Julio Cruz, little speed guy. He switches around. He'll bat left-handed against Kingman. 4-4 to a lefty. Ground ball to short. That is Guerrero. That's a 3. That's going to be a base hit. 3 on a 3. And he's a 27 to boot. And that's an 11. Oh, Guerrero may have thrown the boot to boot. So let's look at it. That's already going to scare me. That's a single on the 27, and it's a 12 on the 27, so no error by Guerrero, but it's a hit. So Cruz is on, and he will have a chance to run. Great speed, 19 first number, -1, and holds a -2, so that's a -3. And Heath with a great arm at -2, so it's a -5. He'll get the lead on a 14 or less if he can roll 2 to 6. Cruz is going to try and does not get it, so he will stop at first base and stay there. Here's the center fielder, Rod Craig. So Craig now the batter. Here's a pitch from Brian Kingman. 1-9 pitching to a lefty. Struck him out. Craig, no, it's a righty, and struck him out. So 1 away. Here is Dan Meyer. He's the starting left fielder. Not a good one. He's more of a hitter. Lefty guy against Kingman here. Kingman from the stretch in the pitch. 3-4 to a righty, and Kingman hits a shot to right field. Deep to right, that could go, and it's over the big wall right field. It's gone. So Dan Meyer hits a long 2-run homer, and we are tied at 2. So here we go. Another pinball game here at the Kingdom. It's a 2-2 tie as Meyer sends it out of here. So Kingman gives up a rope as it sails out the deep right field. And now Brian Kingman's in trouble early of a 2-2 tie. Here's Bruce Bhakti now. Bhakti to swing. And he struck him out for the second out. So both outs have been Ks. But the 2 runs, we have a tie game. And here is Willie Horton, the always big boy designated hitter, the veteran leader. 6-5, and that's a fly ball center field, not deep. Murphy makes the catch and retires aside. Seattle scores 2. We played an inning. It is 2-2. We go to the second. Already a 2-2 score. We go to the top of the second inning. Guerrero, Edwards, and Picholo to hit against Honeycutt. So Mario Guerrero to swing against Honeycutt. Here's the swing. 1-9 versus a lefty. Is a ground ball to short. That's a good play by Mendoza. Throws them out, and there's 1 away. Here's Mike Edwards. So Mike Edwards, the batter, he's getting a rare start. He's DHing here against a left-handed pitcher. Honeycutt the deal. Here's the pitch. 6-3 to a right. He hits one back up to the mound. Hit by Mr. Honeycutt. He's a 3E14. That's a 9. That's not going to be an error. But, of course, pitchers are maligned in this game. Fuck. And then that's going to be a 12. 12 on a 14. Let's see if he makes the play or not. And he does. 13 and 14 were errors. So that's a play by Honeycutt, and there's 2 outs. Not much dexterity here, folks. I do apologize for my constant dropping of stuff. Let me get back to my scorebook here with 2 outs here. We've not been keeping scoreboard here. I will get to that if I can. I'll keep thinking about not using it just because it's a little bit harder to sometimes get back and forth on it. And so that's a 1-3 play. And here's the second baseman, Rob Peachlow. So here we go. 2 outs in the second. Peachlow to hit. He's not been hitting for this A's team. 110 versus a lefty. And that's a ballpark single to a righty. That's a 1-6. That's a 17. Line drive to the shortstop to end the second. 1.5 in the books here in Seattle. It's 2-2 score. So again, it will be Rick Honeycutt on the mound. It'll be Brian Kingman on the mound for the A's of a 2-2 score. The Mariners will send up Stein, Simpson, and Cox. Here's Bill Stein. Here's a pitch from Kingman. That is going to be a 6-5 to a righty. That's a fly ball right field. Armas is there. Comes up and makes the first catch in the second. The Simpsons. Here is Joe Simpson. He's the right fielder today. Gets the start over Leroy Stanton, who's usually in there hit left-handed pitching. Here's a pitch from Kingman. That's going to be a 2-3. Ballpark single to a lefty. That's only a 1. That's a 10. And that's a line drive to the second baseman. There's 2 outs. Here's the catcher, Larry Cox. Again, they usually play Stinson Cox in these games. So Cox gets the start. Right-handed catcher. Hits against Kingman. 1-7 is a ground ball to short. Guerrero puts it away, and that does it. So we play 2 here in the Northwest. The score is 2-2. So top of the third, A's will bring the top of the order again. Henderson, Murphy, and Heath. And Ricky is starting to find that bat now after 12 games. He's really starting to hit well. 4-5 righty. 5 ball left field. Ricky needs to hit the ball on the ground and run. Left fielder's Meyer makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Here's Dwayne Murphy. Murphy singled home a run his first time up. So Murphy swings against a lefty. And that's going to be a 6-6 to a lefty. And that's a walk. So Honeycutt walks Murphy. And there's now a runner on in the top of the third. So now what do? -2, -4. Again, it'd be -2, -4. That would send Murphy back down to an 11 like we said. So he'll hold. And now here's Mike Heath. Fly to left his first time up. Honeycutt from the stretch. 1-5 to a lefty. Oh, ground ball to short. Mendoza to Cruz. Back to the first baseman, Bhakti, to retire the side. A double play. Wipe standing out. We go to the bottom of third. It's still 2-2 here in the Northwest between the A's and the Mariners. A's are 8-4 so far. First 12 games on this replay. It'll now be Mario Mendoza, followed by Julio Cruz and Rod Craig against Brian Kingman here in the third. Here's the pitch. And that will be a drive from Mendoza, but he is not powered up. It's a 12, and that's a fly ball in the left field. Ricky Henderson, it's a can of corn, puts it away for the first down. Here is the second baseman, Julio Cruz. Cruz a swing against Kingman and the pitch. That will be a 2-5. That is a fly ball left field. Ricky's there, makes the catch, and he has the first 2 putouts of the inning. So now here is the center fielder, Rod Craig. Struck out his first time up. Kingman looks in, and the sign and the pitch. That will be against the lefty, and that'll be a pop it straight up. Peachlow there makes the catch, and the Mariners go 1-2-3. We head to the fourth. It's a 2-2 score. So 2-2, we head to the fourth. Newman, Armas, Klotz against Rick Honeycutt. So far, Honeycutt pitch count doing well. So far, not in any danger. Here's the pitch. And that will be a ballpark single to a righty. And does he get it on the six? Yes, he does. Won the six to a righty, and Jeff Newman gets himself a base hit. So Newman's bat continues to play well for the A's. And now here's Mickey Klutz. He has a really good card against left-handed pitching. It's why he's in this lineup. So Honeycutt looks in. Here's the pitch. 1-4, and that is a fly ball right field. Simpson is there, makes the catch, and there's one out. Oh no, that is Armas, my fault. So Tony A should be up. Struck him out. So Armas struck out, my fault. One away, and now Mickey Klutz lead a batter with one out. Batted out of order there. Here's Klutz against Honeycutt, and the pitch. 5-4 to a righty. Catch X. Ooh, that's a 4. Cox not so good. He's going to be a 3-E1. So let's see. We'll play it the rules I like. So let's look at it and see what the call is going to be. It's going to be a W or G with runners on base. He uncorks a wild pitch. Again, in my rules, in my game, what I do, and this is a Seattle pitcher. He is a wild pitch 3. So if he rolls a 1-2-3, it's a wild pitch. Otherwise, we continue the at bat. He does not. So he does not uncork the wild pitch. So Klutz will remain batting up. He will not get the other result in this case. So here is the pitch. 1-8 for Klutz. And that's a 1-12 single. And that's a 4. So Mickey Klutz gets a second chance and gets a base hit as Newman goes to second. So the lefty killer and Mickey Klutz gets a base hit. 2 on and 1 out for the Athletics. And it's Mario Guerrero's chance. This is the A's part of the lineup that struggles. Guerrero's hitting really well, but let's see if it lasts. 4-8 to a righty, and that ball is smashed in the gap, and that will go all the way to the wall. So Guerrero will get a big RBI. Newman will score. Klutz will stop at third, and RBI double for Mario Guerrero. And the A's lead it 3-2. So with one out, they'll play the infield in. Here's Mike Edwards. Honeycutt from the stretch. Here we go. And the pitch. 1-6. And that's a base hit. How about that for Mike Edwards? He gets the job done in a start today. He will drive in Klutz. He will score Guerrero. And the A's have taken a 5-2 lead. A big 2 RBI base hit for Mike Edwards. How about that? Give the guy a start, and you give him water, and he finds water. So here's Rob Peachlow. Honeycutt now from the stretch. A's starting to get to him. 2-4 to a lefty. He's a ground ball to third. He will go to second for the force, and that will do it. So that's Peachlow's on first. There was no relay, so now there is 2 outs, and it brings up Ricky Henderson. So the A's, with a 3-run 4th inning here, gives Brian Kingman a little bit of support, leading 5-2 here in the 4th. Here's a pitch to Ricky, and that's a foul ball. Could have been something good there. Here's Ricky. Could have swung out ball 4-2. 2-9 is a fly ball left field. Meyer is there, makes the catch, and now retires as a side. But the Oakland A's score 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-2 Oakland. So Oakland with a big 3 spot here in the 4th. Now the Mariners will come back with Meyer, Bhakti, and Horton. Meyer, a big 2-run homer his first time up, so now with a 3-run lead. Kingman can go he can pitch a little bit effectively here. 1-7, ground ball to second. How about that? Peachlow comes up and throws him out, 1 away. So Brian Kingman looking strong. Here's Bruce Bhakti. He hasn't finished the start yet this year, and that's odd for a Billy Ball type team that we've seen. So here's a 3-6 for Bhakti, and that's a base hit. Bhakti he is a young, good-looking hitter. He's on at first, gets a knock, and now here is Willie Horton. Can he hear a hoot right now? If he can, he'll get the Mariners back in this ball game. Let's see if we can go ahead and move the camera a little bit. I apologize for that. I don't know if we can get it to looking any better. Sorry about that, folks. Give me a second to Give me 1 second here, folks. That's what I get for messing with the equipment. We'll leave it there and see how that works. There we go. Here's the pitch now. And that'll be a 4-4 for Horton against Kingman. Ground ball to short. That is Guerrero. He's a 3. That's a 1. That's going to be at least a single 2. So Guerrero unable to come with it. There's no 7. And it sends Bhakti to third. So Horton hit a shot past Guerrero. And again, the Mariners with a possible tying run comes to the plate for Bill Stein. So again, the A's defense letting him down. Guerrero should have had it, but that AstroTurf plays fast here. They'll play the infield back, trying for a double play. It's going to be a 6-5 to a righty. That's a fly ball in the right field. That's Armas. Makes the catch, and the run will score from third. It's now a 5-3 ball game. So 5-3 with 2 outs. And now here's Joe Simpson. He's a right fielder, a lefty bat. Has a chance he can tie this up. He homered in one of the games in Oakland. Here's a pitch from Kingman. 3-7, and that's a strikeout for Joe Simpson. Retires the side, but the Mariners do score 1 back. After 4, it's 5-3 Oakland. So now Murphy, Heath, Newman will bat for the A's here in the 5th against Rick Honeycutt. Honeycutt looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 1-6 for Murph, and that is a ground ball down the first. Good play by the first baseman, and that is Bhakti. Takes it himself for the first out. So Murphy now 1 for 2. So now here is Mike Heath. Mike Heath in the ball game is 0 for 2. He flied the left and ground into a double play. Honeycutt for the windup. Here's the pitch. 1-7, and that's a single to right field. Heath went the other way, and he has his first hit of the ball game. Runner on first, 1 out. Here's Jeff Newman. 2 hits in a ball game and a run scored. He is having a superlative April. Honeycutt from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 6-10 ballpark single on a 1-6. It's a 5, and Jeff Newman finds luck again. 3 hits for Newman. Heath moves to second, and the A's again have something going. Here is Tony Armas. 2 on, 1 out. Armas looking to find power. Honeycutt from the stretch. Can he do it? 1-7. No. Ground ball to short. Mendoza goes to second off the first double play. Second double play of the ball game for the Mariners. They retire the side. No runs, 2 hits. The double play wipes out the inning. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's 5-3 Oakland as Rick Honeycutt gets out of trouble. So now Cox, Mendoza, and Cruz to bat against Brian Kingman. Here is the pitch. Again, it'll be to Larry Cox. 5-6 to a righty is a strikeout for Brian Kingman. He struck out the last 2, and now here is Mario Mendoza. One of his better hitting years. He's always been maligned being a 200 hitter. Here's the pitch from Kingman. 3-4, and that's a ballpark single for you, and you are denied. Line drive to the shortstop. That is a 9 against a 6, and that is too high. So Mendoza hit it hard, but the shortstop played him perfectly. And there's 2 outs in the 5th for Julio Cruz, the switch hitting short second baseman. 1 for 2, singled and scored on the home run in the first. So here's the pitch. 1-8 to a righty, and that is a ground ball hit to second. Good play by Pichot. Throws them out in plenty of time. 3 up, 3 down, go to Mariners. Let's head to the 6th. It's 5-3 Oakland. So top of the 6th, Klutz will hit, then Guerrero and Edwards. The Mariners are watching Honeycutt close. They have the bullpen up and throwing. So here is Klutz. 4-9 righty, and he hits a drive to deep left center field. That's up against the wall. That'll be a double for Mickey Klutz. So his second hit of the ball game, and a double to start the inning, and the Mariner bullpen really is escalating. Here's Mario Guerrero, 1 for 2 in the ball game, a double and a ribby. Honeycutt from the stretch. Does he get out of this inning? 5-9 to a righty, and that's a ground ball to short. Shortstop is Mendoza, who's pretty good. He's 2E34, and that's a 5. So he may advance the runner with this. 5 on a 2 is a G3. So he will advance the runner, and that's an 11. Ooh, we need to look that up on Mario. 11 on a 34 tells me that 34, the suspense is filling. 34 is not an error. Good play by Mendoza, but he gets to shore out at first. So Klutz will move to third. Mariners will play the infield in with 1 out for Mike Edwards. He has hit a big single in this ball game that knocked in 2 runs his last time up. Honeycutt from the stretch. Can he make a big pitch in this ball game? It's going to be a 5-8 to a righty, and it's a ground ball. Uh-oh, that could be trouble. That's a ground ball to third, and they got the runner coming home. He comes home and makes the tag. Holy cow. Mickey Klutz came in on a play at third, and now there's 2 outs. Klutz was dead duck. He was going in on contact. Great play there by the third baseman. And that was a perfect play from Stein. Throws it to Cox, who applied the tag. So now runner on first and 2 outs. The double has been taken out of the equation. And here's Rob Piccolo. Can they have given Honeycutt a chance to stay in this game? 2-9, maybe not. Piccolo hits a line drive to deep left center field. That could be trouble. Far back, and it's gone. How about that? Rob Piccolo, a 2-run homer. That's something you don't see from Rob. Holy cow, power there. 5 home runs on the year, and he hit one big time for the A's. That will score Edwards, and Piccolo will score, and that's the second hit of the inning, and that almost knocks out Honeycutt. Holy cow. And the A's have now taken a 7-3 lead. And here's Henderson. Here's a pitch from Honeycutt. Uh-oh, that could do it. That could be ball 4, 3, 6. And there is a single for Henderson. And that, folks, and Honeycutt looks like he's done. Let's see if the Mariners decide to pull the trigger on him or not. Top of the 6th with 2 outs. Honeycutt's gone 5 2/3. The question is, do they have someone they can bring in who they can survive with? And the question is going to be probably no, but let's see if he's someone they have. So let's go ahead and maybe see if we can pull up the game footage and see if we can ask that question. So give me 1 second here. We'll see who's available in the Seattle bullpen right now. And let's see. So with Kingman pitching against Honeycutt, 5 2/3. Let's see who the Mariners still have in this bullpen this time. See if they made changes since their trip to Oakland last. We may see Shane Raleigh, who we did not see yesterday. And let's see what their bullpen looks like. So let's see. Dressler, who's okay. McLaughlin gave him serious work yesterday in that game, and Raleigh. So we're going to go Raleigh here because I doubt McLaughlin would be available again after his long day he had. So Raleigh will come in and will pitch another left-hander. So Honeycutt will be out of here. He goes 5 2/3, and his day is done. So pitching change here in Oakland, or in Seattle, I should say. The score is Oakland 7 and Seattle 3. So now we come back to action. It'll be Dwayne Murphy to hit against Raleigh here. Here's the pitch, and that's a 6-4 fly ball in the center field. I believe that's what that is. Fly ball center field. That's Craig. He's a 3-5. That's a 1. He'll get past Craig. Holy misplayed. We've seen him misplay that one before. That goes all the way to the wall. That will be a double. That scores everybody. And that scores Ricky from first, who will just trot home. Murphy in the second. That, folks, was an artificial turf double. Second RBI of the game for Murph. And he is 2 for 3 as the A's extend their lead. It's 8-3. So Murphy with a big double. That run will be charged to the starting pitcher, Rick Honeycutt. And now here's Mike Heath. Here's the pitch. And he gets a big swing. And that is a ground ball to second. Play made by Cruz and throws them out to end the inning. But the A's score 3 more. We go to the bottom of the 6th. A's open up a lead. It's 8-3 Oakland. So Brian Kingman, as the A's bullpen has gone quiet. So Kingman is out there. We'll see if he can maybe get through these innings. Craig Meyer Bhakti to bat for the Seattle M's here. Here is the pitch from Kingman. 2-9, deep drive left field, that a right field. Sorry, that's a double off the wall. So Craig doesn't have as much power versus righties, and that one just slams against the wall and comes back. Craig shoots in the second, and easily enough, he's on at second. So the Mariners start off with a bang with a double, and here's Dan Meyer. So all of a sudden, Mariners trying to get back in this here. 1-9 for Meyer against the righty, and that is a ground ball to first. That will get Craig over to third. He'll take it to the bag himself. There's one away. Good play there by Jeff Newman. So here's Bruce Bhakti. Bhakti so far in the ball game's 1 for 2. This is where he can get a big hit. A's are playing the infield back, not really caring about that run. 3-10 for Bhakti. He's a base hit. Bhakti with another hit. Craig will score, and it is now an 8-4 ball game. So a hit for Bhakti and a run batted in as Bhakti's on. So now it's 8-4 with 1 out. Here's Willie Horton. About time for him to hear a who and get the Mariners close in this game. Kingman from the stretch. Can he survive this one? 6-11 to a righty. It's a ballpark single. That is going to be a 1-6. And the odds say it's a single for Horton. He hits it hard. So Horton with a single just gets it through. And the M's have first and second, 1 out of an 8-4 ball game. And here come the Mariners. Here's Bill Stein now. So Kingman trying to get out of this inning, but Billy's staying with him. Bullpen still pretty quiet. And that's going to be a swing, and that's a drive down the left field line, and it's caught by the left fielder Henderson almost at the track for the second out. Ooh, he lifted it down there against a lefty. This ball is gone, and this game is tied. But luckily, Kingman being a right-handed pitcher, he has a lot more power against lefties. And now Joe Simpson, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Kingman's got to work a little more careful. Here's the pitch. 4-11 lefties, a ballpark single to a lefty. He gets the son of a snitch one. He gets it on the one, and the bases will be loaded. So one, he has a 5% chance of getting the ballpark single, and he got it. So the Mariners now, the bases loaded, 1 home. Basically, the tying run now has come to the plate for Larry Cox. Does he have power versus righties? He does, a little bit. So now Kingman now needs to get out of this one again. Billy's staying with him. He'll send Art Fowler out to talk to him. And hopefully we'll see what the A's bullpen does. So far it is quiet. Here's the pitch. 5-8 and struck him out as Kingman comes off the mound. Strands the bases loaded. No 1 run on 4 hits. They strand them loaded. We played 6. It is 8-4 A's. What a ball game here in the Northwest. One of those crazy games of the Kingdom, folks. Newman, Armas, Klutz to bat for the A's here in the visiting 7th. As Shane Raleigh stays out there, here's the pitch, and that's a strikeout for Newman. His luck finally ran out. He's 3 for 4. So Newman is done, one away. Here is Armas. Armas again looking for that power. So far in the ball game, he's 0 for 2. Sacrifice fly, struck out and grounded into a double play. Here's the pitch to Armas, and that's a ground ball to second. That's Cruz. He'll make the play on a 5. He's not a 4. And let's see what kind of error rating he is. He's a 217. So 17 on a 6. We better investigate a 17 on a 6. 17 on a 6 says it's an error. So Julio Cruz boots it. And the A's get a base runner and Tony Armas. So runner on first and 1 out. Armas reaches. Cruz muffs it. And now Klutz the batter. Now the Mariners got to be careful with Klutz. Good hitter against left-handed pitching. 3-9 for Klutz, and he does what he's in there to do. Deep drive for the left field up against the wall. That is Klutz's 3rd hit of the ball game. But will they score Armas from first? 3-9 double the left. So let's see what the odds are. 1-13. Left field, no. Left fielder is Meyer. He's a +2. It's a 1-15. Coming home will score. And he's thrown out. Oh, the high rolls. 7-2 as Meyer chucks out Armas. So Klutz will stay at second. There's 2 outs. The slide by Armas was not enough as Larry Cox again applies the tag. Second base runner thrown out at the plate for the A's today. So now here's Mario Guerrero. Raleigh from the stretch now. Let's see if they can hold him here to a run. 2-6 to a lefty. Fly ball center field. That's Craig. Makes the catch and ends the inning. Wow. No runs. 1 hit, an error. Nothing. We go to the 7th inning stretch. You better stretch here in Seattle. It's 8-4 A's. So now for the Mariners, Mendoza, Cruz, and Craig to bat in the bottom of the 7th. This so far looks like to be Kingman's kind of fatigue inning. So A's bullpen is starting to get loosened. They're starting to do some calisthenics. 6-6 is a big strikeout for Brian Kingman. So Mendoza down on strike. Big strikeout for Kingman there. That's his 1, 2, 3, 4. Hasn't got a lot of Ks today. He has 6. 6 Ks through about 6 1/3. Here's Julio Cruz. Big base runner to keep off the bases here. Kingman from the windup and the pitch. And that will be a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Guerrero throws off his steps and gets him. So they keep the runner off the bases. Cruz is 1 for 4. And a big time play there by Guerrero will make it 2 away. Here's Rod Craig, 1 for 3, a double and a run scored. Kingman trying to get out of the 7th inning here. 4-4 to a lefties. Ground ball to short. That's Guerrero. That's a 16, so he fields it this time. Guerrero, again, is an E rating 27, and that is going to be an 11. We checked that before. I think you have to be a 12. So E rating 27 need to be a 12, so that's not an error, and that retires the side. The Mariners go down 1, 2, 3. It's heading to the visiting 8th with the score. It's Oakland 8 and Seattle 4. So Oakland will bat Edwards, Piccolo, and Henderson to swing against Shane Raleigh. Raleigh will stay in there. He's a 3, so he kind of has length he can give you. Edwards a big base hit earlier. 6-7 is a ground ball to short. Raleigh getting ground balls. That's Mendoza. Throws him out to get that runner. So now Edwards is 1 for 4 with a run scored. And now here is Rob Piccolo. Big monster 2-run homer. And that came back in the 6th inning. And boy, you did not expect that at all from Rob, who has struggled with the bat. And here's the pitch again. And Piccolo hits a ground ball back to the mound. Raleigh gets it, turns, throws a strike, and that's 2 outs here in the 8th. So 2 outs in the 8th, and back up top to Ricky Henderson. 2 for 4, 2 runs scored so far in the ball game. So Ricky getting the job done with the runs scored. Hasn't gotten any stolen bases yet. Here's the pitch from Raleigh. 2-5 is a fly ball left field. That'll be Meyer makes the catch, and the A's are done in the eighth. Bottom of the eighth coming up. It is 8-4 Oakland. So now the Mariners come back with Meyer, Bhakti, and Horton in the bottom of the eighth inning against Brian Kingman, who will stay out there. Billy's going to stay with them. Here's the pitch to Horton. And that is going to be a 1-8. Ground ball back to the mound. Kingman will do it himself. Throws them out, and there's one away. He's 1-for-4 at that first inning home run. And now here's Bruce Bhakti. Boy, he's shown signs of being a great prospect. He's 2-for-3 in the ball game. Bhakti is a left-handed hitter. 4-9, and he walks. So again, the Mariners put a base runner on board. Bullpen starts to loosen up. That is probably Jones and Lacey, the right-lefty combination. Willie Horton now up. Can Kingman get a big double play from Horton? 1-7, I think he just did. 1-7 to a righty. No, he flied out to center field. That will be Murphy. Comes in, makes the catch, and there's two away. So now Willie Horton 2-for-4. And that's a big out to get. And now here's the third baseman, Bill Stein. Kingman looks in. Runner on first, 2 out. Kingman still looking strong in the pitch. 3-8 is a single. 1-2. It's a 10. Line drive to the third baseman. And that play will be made by Mickey Klotz. We played 8 here in Seattle. It is 8-4 Oakland. So now the A's will bat in the top of the ninth inning. Murphy, Heath, Newman will bat for the A's against Raleigh. Raleigh been in there front since he came in. He's been about 3+ innings so far in relief. He's pitched well. 4-4 to a lefty is a catch X. That catch X is a 17, so he'll make the play, and it's not a 2, and he makes it. So it's going to be a pop-up. So Murphy retired. There's one away. So for Murphy today, he is 2-for-4 with 2 RBIs. So now here is Mike Heath. Mike Heath in the ball game, 1-for-4. One away. Raleigh keeping it close here. 3-8 to a lefty, and that is a ground ball down the third. Good strong fire by Stein. Throws him out. There's 2 outs here in the ninth. So the A's trying to get a little bit of insurance. They're up by 4. Means Seattle can get a slam and tie this. Here is Newman, 3-for-4 in the ball game. Still one of the hottest hitters in the American League or baseball. 6-9 to a righty's ground ball to short. That's Mendoza. That's a 19. That's a fielding play by Mario. The throw across the diamond is a 10 and gets him, and that retires the side. So the A's are done in the ninth. Let's go to the bottom of the ninth. Brian Kingman coming out to finish what he started. It's Oakland 8 and Seattle 4. So Brian Kingman comes out in the delight of Billy Martin. You can tell, giving him a pat on the back saying, it's all yours. So here is Joe Simpson. It'll be Simpson, Cox, and Mendoza. Kingman looks like he's getting stronger. Here's a pitch to Kingman. He'll stay in the game and hit. And that is a ground ball down the first, picked up by Newman. Simpson is stars, and he'll pitch it to Kingman for the first out. Good play there by the first baseman for the A's. Newman gets it to him. And there's your first out. Now let's see if they bat for Cox. Cox is 0-for-3 and hasn't looked good in any of his at-bats so far. So now the Mariners are looking for something, and it will be Tom Paciorek. Again, one of those young Seattle hitters. Again, good ball player. Wimpy had a home run in game 1 of this series. So Paciorek will hit for Cox. Right on right. Kingman for the windup. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ballpark single. It is not going to fall in. That's a line drive to the shortstop. There's 2 outs. Last out here. Brian Kingman looking for his first complete game. Get his second win of the year. And, of course, it's Mario Mendoza in the way. And let's see if the Mariners have another bat. You might as well bring him out. Exhaust the bench. It's going to be Leon Roberts. So Leon Roberts will now swing. Much better hitter against lefties, but he'll still do the trick. So let's see Kingman from the windup. Is it over? It's going to be a 3-6, and it's a walk. So Leon Roberts extends the inning. So Roberts extends it with 2 outs, and here's Cruz. So Cruz, good hitter to keep things alive. Cruz in the ball game's been up 5 times, 1 for 4. Cruz again batting from the left side against Kingman. Here's the pitch. 6-7 against the lefty. Ground ball the second. That's Peachlow. That's a 13. So he'll field it easy enough. He's a 4E8. So the E8 probably needs something pretty high to keep the inning alive. It is an 8 on an 8, just so we know. Is not going to be an error. It is going to be a 16, 17, and 18. Peachel gets up, throws it to the first, and that retires the side and ends it. So Brian Kingman gets himself the complete game. The Oakland A's win this by the score of 8-4. All right, let's look out the hits here, folks. So let's see. 1, 2, the A's with 3 hits in the first, nothing in the second, nothing in the third, and a good fourth inning where they had 1, 2, 3, 4 hits and 3 runs, 2 hits in the fifth. The sixth inning, they again came alive with 4 hits, including that 2-run homer by Peachlow. 1 the seventh, nothing in the eighth, nothing in the ninth. So that, folks, will give me 13, 14 hits. Oakland, 8 runs on 14 hits. Seattle with 2 hits in the first, including the home run by Dan Meyer. Nothing in the second, nothing in the third. 2 hits in the fourth, a sacrifice fly, nothing in the fifth. And then Seattle came back with 4 hits in the sixth, nothing in the seventh. Brian Kingman got really strong, no hits in the eighth, and again a walk in the ninth, and that was it. So Seattle was 4 runs on 8 hits. I believe they did commit the lone error. So Oakland 8-14-0, Seattle 4-8-1. Again, I apologize for the scoreboard not being used. I want to play this game and kind of play it through. So Seattle will win this by the score of 8-4. They will go to 9-4 on the year, winning the first 2 games of this series. They'll now have to deal with Seattle's best, and that is Floyd Bannister. So we'll see again for that one. Probably a live game sometime once you watch this one. Again, thank you so much for coming in. The final score here in the Great Northwest. Oakland has taken the first 2 of this series, wins this one by the score of 8-4.